What's up guys, Roll for Recipe here, and this is part 3 of our Hot Ones Q&A. So starting off with our 4th sauce, this is Pasaflora Fire from Chile Lengua de Fuego. Pour some in there, lid to shake. Alright, bon appetit. Again, not coming in too hot yet. Yeah, I'll give it like a 7.5. It's a decent sauce. All right, so for this episode, I'm gonna focus on Roll for Recipe questions that I've been getting. And so for this sauce, I'm just gonna do one question, which is how did I come up with the Roll for Recipe series and kind of what's the backstory of it? So I actually got the idea for the series while watching Hell's Kitchen. And there were a couple of challenges where like they have to do randomized ingredients and cook with them. And I was like, that'd be a fun series to put on like, social media, do content creation with it. And then I had to think about kind of like how to randomize the ingredients. So the 3 methods I was between were either do a deck of cards. There's one where people do like a layover of like a digital wheel and it spins and picks random stuff for them. And then of course the one I went with, which was dice. And funny enough about this is that at the time I knew of the Roll for series, but it was only Roll for Salad and Roll for Soda. So yeah, I'll still credit Jake in like the descriptions of all my videos because he's the original Roll for, but he's not like one of the people that inspired me to do it necessarily. All right, so the 5th sauce, Neil's Real Deal Chimichurri Habanero. As usual, pour some on here, lid to shake. Bon appetit. Not as hot as I was expecting, but it tastes really good. Yeah, I'm gonna give that one like an 8.5. Have I ever re-rolled? Yes, technically, but not by choice. So there have been a couple of times that I will roll, I'll read everything off, I'll cook the whole recipe, whatever. And then in editing, I realized that I misread one of the dice. So rather than go back and cook the whole meal again, I just go re-roll to make it match what I actually cooked. Is there any dish you would make again? Yeah, probably anything above a 9. So episode 4 with the salmon burger, episode 10 with the avole mono, episode 14 with the palak paneer, and a couple of others. I would redo any of those. How do I do scores and do I have a rubric? So early on, I didn't have a rubric. It was kind of like fire from the hip, just, I wouldn't say random, but like I didn't have a great system. About 10 episodes ago, I did write up an actual rubric, so it's a bit more structured now. Worst thing I ever had to made was between 2 different ones. Episode 5, I had a dollar store with like canned salmon, Worcestershire sauce, applesauce. It wasn't good. And then in episode 27, I did do a canned fish taco with like edible bugs, just again, not great. And then playing off of that, what wild magic do I most regret rolling? Definitely the edible bugs. Will I ever add desserts? Probably, but I need better equipment for it. I actually really love baking and dessert making, but I don't have like my stand mixer. I don't have a proper oven, so it's a bit hard right now. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I think I answered most of the questions related to Roll for Recipe. Obviously, if you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, go back and watch those as well. As always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and share, and I'll see you next time.